Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. I'm Rebecca with Just Me Fashions. Today we're going to do a very short tutorial on your arm warmer. Now it's getting cold over here where we live, so this is what we're going to be making today. See, an arm warmer. So we want to make sure that we have all the right tools. With this, we want to make sure that we have stretch fabric. We can use fleece, stretch velvet, we can use stretch cotton, jersey, anything that stretches. You can even use lace as long as it stretches because it has to fit over your arm. So today we're going to need a few things. We're going to need some scissors for your fabric, scissors for your paper, and a marker or a pen, and all the coordinating things that you need to make this arm warmer. So today, how to make your own pattern is you can have newspaper, because we all get that newspaper in the mail for free, or anything like lined paper, any kind of paper you have, as long as it's long enough to measure the length of the arm, or however long you want this arm warmer. So for me, I'm just going to do it a little bit, about an inch or two below my elbow. So what we're going to do is place our arm on a piece of paper. Now if you're going to cut your fabric on the fold, then I suggest you place your arm at the edge of the paper, so that way you don't have to measure out that piece since it's on the fold. But if you don't want to use the fold, if you want to just have like two pieces that you sew together, then what you're going to do is put your arm in the middle, and then well, let's do it with the marker so you can see. So what we're going to do here is, see that, place your arm on the paper and give yourself an inch all the way around. So what you're going to do is go from the bottom all the way up and stop wherever you want the length of this arm warmer to end, like on your fingers. So wherever you want to end, just add another inch for your seam allowance. So what we're going to do is make sure it's straight across. I'm just going to move my hand so that way you can see, like that. Put your arm back on. So that's about where I want mine to be. Then you're going to keep on, see that, another inch out, like that. And then you're going to try to give your thumb as much room as you can, because it also needs your seam allowance when you sew, so that way your thumb can actually fit through it. And remember to add a little bit above the thumb so that way you can fold it in to sew it in. And I'd say when we fold it in, we're going to fold probably about 1/4 of an inch and sew it. So I'm going to leave that. See, so I gave it about an inch room. Go down like that. And it should look like this when you're done. See that? So what we're going to do now is cut it out. It doesn't have to be perfect, because this is, remember, this channel is not for professionals. It's just for the girl or the guy who likes to do at-home projects with what we have. Sometimes we save money and sometimes we don't, but as long as our project is made by us, then everybody can see who we really are through our creativity of the things we make. So it should look something like this. Isn't that so cute? Piece of paper looking all cute, right? So anyway, so what we're going to do now is, remember I told you that I always like to place my patterns on the fold? Well, this time I gave myself an inch, so that way I didn't have to put it on the fold. But if you do, this is what you would do. You would place the edge of the paper to the fold of your fabric. I don't know if you guys can see that, but here's a piece of fabric that I used. I put it on the fold, add the paper on the fold, and then what you're going to do now is you're going to pin all the way around and then cut it. And then your piece should look like this. And this is if you cut it on the fold. You see that? How the thumbs are on the sides? This is what it should look like. Now, if you did not cut it on the fold, then you should have two separate pieces. So once you have it all cut out, And if you ended up not cutting your fabric on the fold, just pin it like that. These are called the right sides. What you're going to do is put your right sides together and then pin it all the way around. Or actually, no, don't pin it yet. What we're going to do first is hem it. Forgot that step. So for me, I took this measuring gadget and put it I put it to the 1/2 inch. I don't know if you guys can see this, but you can see your letters. This is a 1/2 inch. So what I'm going to do now is, I don't have to do this, but just for tutorial purposes, this is what I want to show you guys. Is you put this on the bottom, fold your material up, and then do that all across so you can have an inch hem allowance. You place your pin in it, and then you sew it with a zigzag. Your machine should show you a zigzag, so that way you can still have a stretch. So the zigzag allows you to have a stretch. So once you've done all of that, you're going to take your red piece of material, which is the coordinating piece that I got for this glove, and what you're going to do is fold it in half, and this is going to make 2. So you're going to fold this in half, and it's going to be all together. Let me see, I forgot to measure this. This is going to be about 5 inches in the width and about 13 inches in the length. So 5 by 13 is what you're going to have. And what you're going to do is put the right sides together of your fabric. And again, make sure it stretches. And then you're going to pin it and sew it on this side of the fabric. Not your fold side, but this side. And when that is done, it should look like this. I don't know if you can see this, but you can see I used white thread so that you guys can see how it's sewn. And then this side is your folded side. So once that is done, you're going to take it and then you're going to turn it to the right side. And then if any of you guys got any of those cool gadgets to make this quicker, then do it. But what I normally do is try to stuff it and then kind of hit it a couple times, you see, and then it'll come right out. See, and it should look like that. Okay, so now what we're going to do is, after your hand is all hemmed up, even the thumbs, remember, the thumbs you're going to hem probably about 1/4 of an inch down, and that's all you'll need. And to pin that, you take a pen, and then everywhere you stitch on this, you want to do a zigzag stitch. So turn it around, and then, oh yeah, one thing, if you cut your fabric on the fold, in order for you to get this right into the middle, what you're going to do is at your fold, just do a little snip like that on the top and the bottom, so that way you know where to place your coordinating fabric. So see that? I did a little slit.
We're going any further, but okay.
Okay.
There you can see it.
Alright, so anyways, what you're going to do now is you're going to place this right here and then pin it all the way down and then sew it. You're going to sew all of this stuff. So what it's going to look like is this. So I already sewed this onto the arm warmer, whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to turn it around, that way you guys can see. I did a little zigzag because it has to stretch. So I did this on the thumb area, and I haven't hemmed the bottom because I just wanted to show you. And earlier I said hem everything, but hem everything once you have this in place. Totally messed up. Bloopers. Sorry. So like I said, with your gadget, what you're going to do is hem it that 1/2 inch and then sew it across with the zigzag, just like I did everything else. Once you do that, right sides together, pin it, and what you're going to do is you're going to pin it, or you're going to sew it up with a zigzag, probably 1/5 of an inch in all the way up. Don't do the thumb area because your thumb needs to come out.
Move closer.
And then sew it this way and up this way. Now when you're all done, make sure you like double stitch this area, all the areas, so that way it doesn't come apart. And for me, I wanted to show you guys too, this is what it looks like if you guys ended up cutting and didn't do it on the fold. See that? I did it with a zigzag stitch. See? All right. And you can't really see it anyway because this beautiful lace covers it. See that? Okay, so the end result that you're going to have is this beautiful glove. Stretches. You can wear it to the office or to the store. And in the next day or two, I'm going to do an upload where we can do a same color hat, either from the lace or from the glove. So, you are sewing today with Rebecca Hidalgo with Just Me Fashions. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. If you didn't, please let me know in the comment box as I am getting started. So I'm so excited to continue all my videos with you guys. Bye, have a wonderful day.